Okay, this is Jake Johnson and Gareth Reynolds, and you're on We're Here to Help.
Hi.
So welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's Jake's way of tossing it to you to reveal the issue. What's going on?
Okay. Now, this is a silly issue,
Sure.
but I have a celebrity crush. And I feel like that's not unusual, but it's taking up a lot of my brain space.
Can I ask, is your celebrity on the show We're Here to Help?
No, but I mean,
okay.
I would.
That was bad for
both of you.
Hey, Gar, that was embarrassing for both of us, my king.
Yeah, that felt bad on the way out and the way back.
Hey, my man Kev, let's cut that weirdness from the old Garf man.
Lindsay, we can do another take if you want to try again.
I don't know, because that would be a problem for everyone if.
Yeah, but that was just. Yeah, but Lindsay, that was just the wrong setup from the Garf man.
It was.
There.
It didn't work from beginning to end, and that's okay. This is a safe space that we created. Okay, so you have a celebrity crush.
Yeah. And so you said it's taken up a lot of space in your brain.
Yes, I feel like I wonder if it's a problem to care about some random stranger just because you're a fan.
Okay.
And if it's at what point is it a problem?
Interesting. So this is a real thing for you. You have a crush and you're kind of getting to the point where you're like, I'm spending a lot of time thinking about this person. And is it weird?
Yeah. And I feel like I bring him up, like if someone says something, I'll be like, oh, well, he has a song like that, or he did that movie, or he said this one. Who cares?
I hear you. So are you in a relationship?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So
but not because I have like a weird thing about that I'm going to end up with this imaginary.
He's just your crush has just become somebody you end up talking about a lot.
Yes.
And are we talking to somebody who's got some delusions? Do you think that you guys are actually okay? So you're
Do you know this? Do you know where this person lives?
Just a crush.
Do you know this? Okay. Do you know the city this person lives in?
I mean, it's not like I know his home address.
You just think he's a hot guy who can sing, right?
Yeah.
And via his interviews, you feel like you like him.
Yeah, and I've met him.
Ooh. Well, first of all, Lindsay, I think we got to figure out who the hell this guy is.
Yeah, who is it?
Oh, okay. His name is Darren Criss. He is an actor, singer. He was
from
on
Glee.
He was in.
Okay.
I don't know who this person is. Hold on.
Look him up. He's a super handsome guy. He's a singer.
Yeah.
He was on Glee back in the days when New Girl was first starting. I remember this guy. He's
married.
He did Versace, the assassination of Gianni Versace. He won a lot of awards for it.
Gareth, did you just say married?
Married, right?
Yeah, he's married.
Yeah, he's married.
And so, Lindsay, your question is it weird that you have a crush on a married celebrity who you don't know?
Yeah. No, just in general, is it weird to be this interested in a celebrity?
No.
At all?
No, no, Lindsay, it's not weird. Here's what's weird. If you said this, here's my call, guys. Darren Criss claims to be married, but we're in a secret love story that we communicate via nonverbal ways of communication. Then you're having mental problems.
We have a secret language that's communicated through blinks.
All that's, I would say, like, this isn't the show for that. You do need some help. And Darren Criss has no idea who you are, and leave the poor man alone. What you're saying, from what I'm getting, is you find him really attractive and charming, and he brings you a little bit of joy to think about. And sometimes when you're out with friends, you bring him up and get a little embarrassed, right?
Correct.
God bless it.
Exactly
that's the whole fun of celebrities like Darren Criss. Gareth, am I wrong here?
No, you're not wrong, but you did also ask, on top of that, is it affecting your dating life? Do you feel like it is? Do you feel like
no, because it's not like I'm sitting here like, oh, one day this random celebrity, like it's not even remotely like that.
So I got a question for you on this, Lindsay. Have you ever been with a guy and thought that's not what Darren Criss would do?
No, but you know what? That's so funny because I do think that that's where I would draw the line. Like if I started going, oh, this guy doesn't, I'm not like going to go on a dating app and look for a guy that looks like him or something. That would be where I think it would get weird.
I do too.
Yeah.
Like, You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a type if it's like really just his doppelganger.
You just Darren Criss.
Have you dated someone while you had the Darren Criss crush? Criss crush is a good name too.
Yeah, that is a good name. Yes, I have. I don't know how to describe it because it's not a romantic crush or anything.
Yeah. Did that person know your feelings for Darren Criss? Did at any point they say to you anything like, "Oh, you like that Darren Criss a lot, huh?"
Well, yeah, but only because I would go to, like, let's say his concerts or plays, so it was pretty obvious that I.
When you're going to these concerts and plays, what's the volume of attendance? How many are you seeing the same show more than once? No, but you're going to a variety of his performances because he seems to be very talented. He's a multi-hyphenate.
Right. So, like, if he has a show, like a play on Broadway, I just saw him in Broadway last year with Sam Rockwell. So it was a good show.
And your significant other...
It's not like I'm living there.
Right, but your significant other at one point maybe mentioned, I don't want to say jealousy, but acknowledged that it seemed like you really liked this guy a lot.
Yeah, but not in any way that was like threatened or anything. I feel like it's sort of like how he likes sport, like he likes a hockey player, right? You know and you're a fan of that.
Sure.
Lindsay, this is innocent stuff. You know, what I think, and look, if I'm wrong, call me out. I would say my batting average is, well, not a batting average, but I would say maybe 50-50. Good advice, bad advice, good reads, bad reads. Here's what it seems like to me. You know who a lot of younger women have this with? A guy named Justin Bieber, right? Oh, and it's very normal. And a lot of guys have it with Olivia Rodrigo. And a lot of people, and I'm going to keep mentioning names here. A lot of people have it.
Are you going to keep doing it in that voice?
Yeah, I don't know why I leaned into this voice, but it didn't feel right until we made eye contact on the Zoom. And then I got insecure about the voice. But here's what I will say, Lindsay. Is your question, and God damn it, tell me if I'm wrong here. But is the question is having a celebrity crush something that you have to age out of, or it then gets weird? Because if you were 18, there's no question. Who cares? 17.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have no real issues. It doesn't sound like you're a weirdo. It doesn't sound like it affects your life. I think your only question is like, is it weird at 35 to have like a girlish, innocent crush on Darren Criss?
I think so, because I think it's so specific, right? It's not like I'm like, I like a few different people. I like one specific person. So then it does feel like, you know, his poster is in my locker kind of thing.
It's hilarious.
Do you have any pictures of him hanging in your home?
I do not.
Okay.
You do not.
I haven't gone that far. So
can I ask a question? When it started?
Oh God, like 10 years ago, probably when he got on Glee. So
longer than that. You're talking 15 years
12 years ago, something?
Yeah. So your crush on this guy started when Glee started, and it's been carrying up to this point. Have there been periods where it's really peaked?
I guess it was bigger at the beginning, and now it's just like someone I'm sort of following the career of. Yeah. So it's not, you know, intense in that way, but it is somebody that is very specific. Like if he does something, I'm probably gonna go see it or something.
Here's the thing. I think it's okay. I do think I'm trying to put myself in your shoes, and I'm like, is there anyone that I like love on that level? And I do feel like I've sort of grown out of it. My advice to you would be,
Gareth, you have a Green Bay Packer tattoo on your fucking arm. You've grown out of
I'm
nothing.
An owner. I own stock in the team. Jake,
no, you don't.
I do too. I have it hanging on my wall because I'm a grown man who's normal. Good Lord.
You're wearing a jersey of Milwaukee and you're acting like you've outgrown this stuff. You have a painting of a kitten behind you.
Okay. All right. Lindsay, listen, it's a cat. He's a full-grown cat. He's my best friend. And Lindsay, what Jake's doing is he is certainly putting a finer point on the fact that it isn't an issue. And that, yes, if I had a painting of my cat hanging up and a Green Bay Packer tattoo, and hell, let's say I have a tattoo of my cat, those things are fine. If it grows into the point where you feel like people are like, hey, Lindsay, what's going on? That's when it's a problem. Right. I don't think you're there yet.
Can I jump in on that? Because Gareth brought something interesting. And Lindsay, we need the truth now. Have you had a moment where a friend gave you a weird look in the middle of a Darren Criss story?
No.
Promise?
I promise.
Has anyone ever said anything like flagging it a little bit? Has anyone ever been like, this is weird? Has that ever happened?
No, half of my friends also like him, like to an extent. So I feel like nobody's going to be like, oh, why? It's not like I like somebody kind of.
So you're around enablers.
Yeah, I have enablers, but not in a. I still think okay. I think the reason I thought this was a problem, or that I feel like other people do. I feel like a lot of men kind of talk down about it, where sports, like they're fanatic about sports. It's like basically like that, right? Being a fan, and it's not. I'm supporting his career, but I think it's cute. But
Lindsay,
like, who cares?
so Lindsay, here's my question to you: would you ever be dumb enough to get a Darren Criss tattoo on your arm?
Dumb is such an aggressive
never
term.
Never,
it's
right?
Offensive.
So
Lindsay,
never.
If someone,
you just like him, right?
Yeah.
And would you judge someone for getting a tattoo of him?
Yes. The answer to that is we're all saying yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to. I'm like reporter. I'm trying to find a way out.
The answer is yes. So I've got a question for you.
I feel like that's different. Yes.
So Lindsay, I think we're going to lean on. I think we're going to end this with us for sure being. You're totally in the clear. You've done nothing weird. Lean in on this. But now, because the truth of the matter is we probably could get to Darren Criss pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you would like to say to him directly right now?
Okay. Well, you know what? But is this too? It might be too heavy.
Do it. Heavy's okay.
Okay. So my dad had Alzheimer's, and I met Darren last year on Father's Day, and I was in New York, and my dad was here in Toronto, and I called him. My dad had no idea who I was, so I was upset. And that day I met Darren, and he was so nice. Had no idea, obviously. I'm not going to tell him that. And I'm like, this is what I think people don't get. That, like, just being nice, someone I'm a fan of, right? Like, that made my day.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Yeah, you've made it very sweet now.
But I think what the takeaway is, you don't have a weird thing with Darren Criss. You just you think he's handsome and talented, and you like that he seems to be a sweet person, and that is something you're looking for in your life. And that's awesome.
I agree. I think that's to be celebrated, and if you did get a tattoo of him, nobody's going to judge you. That's
everybody would judge you.
Hold on a second, Jake.
What if I get a tattoo of you guys?
Nobody would judge you.
That's fine.
But now, Lindsay, I'm gonna ask you now. That was the sweet, real answer.
Okay, do you want a silly one?
No, girl. There's another side of you, and you have been crushing on this man long before last New York, right? So now, the one side of you that's very mature and gave a great answer about your father and his sweetness, but now. There's another Lindsay, the wild girl from Toronto.
Lindsay after dark.
So what would that Lindsay like to say? And it doesn't have to be after dark, Gareth.
Well, come on, we're having fun.
No, it's got to be
we're all getting tattoos. Relax.
There we go. It's got to be something stupid like, he's my teenage dream or something stupid, right? Because he did that song on Glee. So it'd have to be like, be my teenage dream.
Oh, no.
Ah, you broke up.
Oh, she's gone.
Did we lose her?
What amazing timing.
You know what's funny?
Is that Kevin, not incredibly poetic?
Please tell us you hung up on her.
No.